Please stand by for further details. We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
Hello to those of you who are feeling called to this reading in particular. Welcome to your mystery reading. For this one, we are going to start off with a major arcana from the Nightmare Before Christmas tarot to see what major theme or idea it is that the universe and your spirit guides would like to talk to you about. If you'd like to be a part of the community that I'm trying to create, subscribe and hit that notification bell. And if you're interested in receiving a personal reading, visit the description box below. And before I get you your first card, remember that this is a general reading that could be meant for more than one person. So if you're struggling to find meaning in a message, that's okay. Just let it go, because it might just be meant for someone else. And if it truly was meant for you, the universe and your spirit guides will make that obvious to you either sometime during this reading or sometime during your journey. Okay, so we have the High Priestess in reverse with the number 2. So instantly, I feel that your intuition, your inner voice is trying to tell you something. The light within you is trying to show you something about yourself, about the world, about a situation, etc. But you're not listening. You're not paying attention. And this card says, awareness, trust your instincts, truth, and clarity. Wow. That's really interesting, because the reading that I just recorded, it said, well, I said, I'm not in it, but I said that truth, clarity, awareness, those things were coming through very, very strongly in the reading. And it makes sense, because the card that came out was the moon, and I always associate, like, to me, the moon card and the High Priestess card feel linked. So there could be a tricky, dark, confusing situation that you're trying to work through. And what might make it harder is not listening to yourself, not trusting yourself, not believing yourself. I just saw 222. So with the High Priestess on the 2 card, everything that I'm saying is being confirmed. And I think what's causing the imbalance is just not trusting yourself and listening to your own thoughts. And I just heard your own prayers, your own feelings, your own passions, your anger, your sadness, the things that make you numb. There's a heaviness here for a reason. You care for a reason. I also saw 2, 3, 4 that I forgot to mention, and I didn't remember till just now. It's a sign to trust that everything happens for a reason. You're struggling mentally, emotionally, spiritually for a reason. You don't trust yourself or believe in yourself or your own light or your own strengths as much as you should. I'm going to go ahead and get a minor arcana from the Prisma Visions Tarot to see what detail about the High Priestess in reverse that the universe and your spirit guides would like to highlight. I just saw 333. I think that's a sign about growth and consistently investing in that growth so it can expand and become something bigger, grander. For some reason I want to say newer. I don't know. But I have the 10 of Pentacles. I think what you're not trusting yourself about is I feel like maybe it has something to do with your career, where you feel called, or those that you call family, your home life. This is about your material long-term success, your intuition. Your inner voice is trying to really tell you something or show you something about your long-term material success. I saw 432. It's trying to show you something about that for a reason. I personally think that long-term material success first starts with long-term emotional success, mental success, spiritual success. I just saw 444 as well, so confirmation there that, especially about like your home, to have a long-term stable home life. 4, 5, 6, trust that everything happens for a reason. But to have a long-term, stable home life, you first need to have a long-term, stable, emotional life. What's going on the inside. You need to set yourself up for success mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. There could be a need here for a shift in mindset, some sort of belief or perspective you have that is completely and totally working against you rather than for you. This card, I'm not sure what the planet is, but it does have Virgo on it, if you're curious about the zodiac sign. The number 10 makes me think that, I almost, for some reason, I heard methinks. But, yeah, the universe, your spirit guides, the spiritual realm, they really, really, really want to support you, especially when it comes to your spirituality, obviously. But they really want to help you mentally and emotionally. They want to help you find a closure with something. Could have been something that you faced in childhood that is making it harder for you to have a stable home life, stable relationship, stable job, a stable foundation at all. You have to learn what made you and the extensions of you unstable in the first place. I feel like maybe some adult or someone in your life growing up projected their own instability, insecurity onto you. So you may want to take a deeper look at that if that resonates. Next, I'm going to draw a card from this deck, which are just cards that I've channeled and made myself. If you didn't already know, I just saw the number 10. So confirmation there that the universe, your spirit guides, the spirit realm is really trying to connect with you and guide you. Okay, so we have forgiveness is key. It's really interesting because I had another card come out today from one of these cards from this deck that said that forgiveness is for you, not for somebody else as a favor. This is about freeing yourself from the pain, freeing yourself from some sort of mental prison that keeps you trapped in what feels like a physical prison. There could be something significant here as well about like an actual prison. If you spent time in prison, maybe reflect on that experience, or if you know family or friends or anybody, there could be something here about that. Maybe they're seeing the mental cage that they have placed themselves in might tell you something about yourself, especially if they're related to you, or if it's yourself. But yeah, I really think that to trust yourself more, to believe in yourself more, to get yourself long-term material success, you need to learn to forgive not only yourself, but anybody that, well, I want to say anybody or anything. But remember that forgiveness is for you. This is about freeing yourself, not someone else having power over you. Honestly, I would argue that continuing to be in resentment is that someone or something continuing to have power over you. So if you really don't want them to have power over you, forgive. I'm going to go ahead and get a card from the Ancestor Spirit Oracle to see what your ancestors have to say about this energy. Intuitively, I feel like they want you to know that they understand this instability emotionally, materially. They understand what you're facing. Maybe because they faced it too, or they face the same patterns. And so they really want to help you get out of some sort of loop. They want to help you not run in circles anymore. Ooh, we have Go with the Flow, Let Go, Rest, and Manifest. This card actually came out, I think, in the last reading or the one before that I recorded today. It might not be in the right order on my channel, but yeah. I think this is really just emphasizing the fact that forgiveness is key. But it's like a new perspective. Not only should you forgive yourself and those around you. You should also forgive the universe for putting you through the challenges that you have went through. Because I think things just had to happen that the way that they did. They just had to unfold in the way they did. I'm sure there's some cosmic reason we don't understand, but that's why we just trust that everything happens for a reason. And if you give the universe a chance, it'll show that to you and prove it to you. I saw 122 and 123 as well. So remember that change starts with you, and confirmation there to really, really trust that everything happens for a reason. You're meant to transform as a person and to spread the light that you gain with this transformation. I think right now you just need to be like in hermit mode, kind of retreat, focused on yourself, and eventually you will bloom, blossom, come out of your cocoon, and you will do something with everything that you have gained. And you will gain a lot, and it all starts with forgiveness. Because if you don't forgive, if you don't find acceptance, you are creating a barrier that will not allow this information, this wisdom, this energy that you need to come in to manifest something that you want, that you deserve. Maybe it's not something specific and you're just like, I just want a job that aligns with who I am, friends that align with who I am. I want a stable home life. Anything that you want, as long as it's not hurting yourself or anyone else and it's realistic, it's possible. Your dreams, your wishes, your deep desires, they're possible. You just need to do what needs to be done to make it happen. And I know on paper, I know it's not simple, but on paper it is. I just think sometimes we get in our heads so much that we forget how simple it actually is. So if you do get caught up in your thoughts and your fears, lost in your beliefs, that would probably be a good time to connect more with the physical world, with nature, a creative thing that you like to do, other people. When you feel really lost and stuck in your head, that's a sign that you need to connect with the physical world. And when you feel frustrated, I think that's a sign that you need to connect with your inner world. When you feel depressed, sad, when you feel overwhelmed with negative emotions, heavy emotions that really try to sabotage you, that's a sign to look inward. There's definitely a need here to know when it's time to connect with the external world and when it's time to connect with your inner world. Definitely a balance here, especially with the number 2. To wrap up this reading, I'm going to get a rune from this baggie. Okay, so we have the letter I with Isa or Isa. The name Isa could be significant. Ice, plans on hold, and frustrations. So I feel like with what I just said, I feel like connecting with the physical world is easy. I think that's something that, is kind of natural for most people. I think naturally we are more materialistic as human beings. So that might be the easy part, connecting with the external world. But I feel like there's more emphasis here on knowing when to connect with your inner world, with your intuition, your inner voice, knowing when to trust yourself, to believe in yourself, to have faith. Yeah, that's pretty straightforward. Just knowing when to look inward for your answers instead of outside of yourself. But that will be the end of your reading. I really hope that it was helpful or relevant in some way. If you liked it, hit the like button to show me that. That is the best way to support me. And if you'd like to offer even more support, you can do so by donating through the thanks button directly below the video. Absolutely not obligated, but always very much appreciated. Feel free to leave a comment down below if you have any. I'd really love to connect with you more. And thank you so much to those of you who have shown your support thus far. It really means a lot to me, and it always makes a difference. And the last thing that I want to say is thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you around.